Today I want to discuss about a new uh, trailer about a new TV series, animation movie about former Sith Knight Darth Maul. So the title of the series is Maul and something else, and it is about the plot of what was Darth Maul doing after the collapse of the Republic and the times of the Empire. And we know from the trailer that that he was involved in underground activities of mob sort like criminal activity. He was like a kingpin of underworld of Coruscant, or because we also saw a different planet, because it was not Coruscant, but it was familiar in style to the underworld of Coruscant. But this TV series is showing us the big problem of Star Wars series and of Star Wars movies is that they cannot let important figures die, and especially it's important to Darth Maul because he was an apprentice of Darth Sidious, and in Phantom Menace he was dueling Qui-Gon, and he defeated Qui-Gon. So it was unexpected because Qui-Gon was a much more experienced Jedi Knight, and then he was later slain, as we have seen. He was slain by the apprentice of Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and of course this specific fact that Maul survived this cut by Obi-Wan Kenobi was we know about it from other TV series, Star Wars Clone Wars, because in third season we see that he's weaker than in the past, but he's still alive. But it was, I think, the stupidest idea of Star Wars Clone Wars. I was really, because right now I'm reviewing on this channel every episode of Star Wars Clone Wars, and right now I'm in the middle of second season, but I have watched until the middle of fifth season, and this TV series Star Wars Clone Wars is very, very long. It has seventh season, and almost all of them are episodes. In each season there is like 22, 21 episodes, and this choice that Maul should survive was for me completely obliterating the sacrifice of Qui-Gon, his unexpected death, and really the dreadfulness of Darth Maul, because Darth Maul was a very mysterious, rather non-speaking, enigmatic apprentice of Darth Sidious, and he mostly was focused on doing his task and defeat his enemies. And because of the third season of Star Wars Clone Wars, we see this bizarre situation that he is weaker, he has some kind of brother like Savage Opress, and he behaves a little weird, a little bizarre, like a mentally unstable. But the idea that he should survive such an attack would say that Jedi Knights are really weak warriors, because he was only an apprentice of Darth Sidious, and he defeated older Jedi, more experienced, like Qui-Gon, and then he survived such a fight with Obi-Wan Kenobi. So we see that really nothing matters anymore. Nothing matters in Star Wars universe, because, for example, I didn't watch the last movie of the new trilogy, when we see Emperor Palpatine survived the killing by Luke Skywalker. And I was like, no, no, I'm not ready to watch such a movie when someone survived completely unnecessary, because it destroys the sacrifice of Darth Vader, his plot of being Anakin Skywalker, of being a chosen one, of bringing balance to the Force, and then becoming a Darth Vader and an apprentice of Darth Sidious as an emperor. Darth Sidious was then an emperor also. And here we have this similar situation, because of course we have like a very interesting character of Darth Maul apprentice. We are not sure if this will be Talon or some other character, or if because Talon was a very sexy, dreadful femme fatale apprentice of Darth Maul, but even besides that point, knowing that Darth Maul, because when we will be watching Star Wars Clone Wars Season 3, we see that he survived. It destroys the characters of Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, because we saw in Phantom Menace that Darth Maul was searching for them and tried to find them and kill them. And at the end of the Phantom Menace, we have this beautiful score by John Williams, and duel of something, and it was a really beautiful duel, very artistically well made duel between two Jedi Knights, or a Jedi Knight and a Padawan, and Darth Maul as Sith apprentice. And you want to tell me that he survived Star Wars Clone Wars, and then he survived the creation of the Empire, and we see that Emperor is hunting for him, because he's no longer a Jedi. He's no longer Darth Maul is no longer let's say a Sith Knight. So really nothing matters, because if he survived, the Emperor Palpatine survived, it means that Jedi's are the weakest warriors in the galaxy. That maybe Sith Knights should rule the galaxy, if Jedi Knights are so weak that one Darth Sidious clouded their vision, and all of them couldn't see Yoda, Mace Windu, Qui-Gon couldn't see his plot to rule over the galaxy as a Sith Lord. Then you can you see that they are almost all of them being wiped out by Order 66, and you can tell me that two advanced Jedi's couldn't defeat one Sith apprentice, and he in a way defeated all of them. So nothing really matters, yes, because for example when we see in New Hope that there is this duel between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, we see that this is far later in the future. Obi-Wan is a really old man, and he in a way succumbed to being defeated. And then later we see his ghost, like he's mentoring and tutoring young Luke Skywalker. But this is a different case, because there he was just a ghost, he was just an advisor. And we saw that his ghost form is because he, in a way, sacrificed his fight, because he didn't lost his fight to Darth Vader. He, in a way, postponed the fight, or backed from the fight, fight being dreadful and cruel, and he was in a way defeated. but this was his sacrifice, his own choice. And here you want to tell me that Darth Maul survived in third season somehow. He even had some kind of a companion like Savage Opress, and he was only screaming and behaving really bizarre comparing to his true nature, to his true nature of Darth Knight, of Sith, not talking much, only doing a concrete tasks, quests, and so on. And here we have a new, maybe they lack of characters, maybe they lack of new characters, and they cannot do a proper development of characters. Because for me, the final defeat, the defeat of Darth Maul by Obi-Wan was a final defeat. It was a final defeat and a final proof that Obi-Wan, as then apprenticed in Phantom Menace, is worthy to be granted the title of Jedi Knight. He's worthy of this title because of defeating this young, very aggressive, very cunning Sith apprentice Maul. And you want to tell me that all Jedi Knights were almost extinct, and Maul survived. Maul survived. He's a kingpin on a faraway planet, and he's plotting to be this gangster in post Republic era. A good thing is that they have changed quite a bit. They changed the graphic style, so I think graphic style is more advanced, not so goofy animation like anime, a little bit kids style is more developed. So this is a good thing that those TV series will be a little bit more advanced in showing us a good animation productions. But from the point of what really matters, if some kind of character should be dead, because Darth Maul should be dead finally. Maybe in a way, if for example some kind of powerful being like ancient Sith Lord decided, for example, to resurrect him somehow, okay, so this is a good explanation, that because we have a past when ancient Sith Lords, like for example in Star Wars Old Republic, they were really powerful, even more powerful than Darth Sidious. But in this normal situation, Darth Maul should stay dead, because other choice than that is showing us that really nothing matters. That we have watched Phantom Menace, and really nothing matters because Maul really survived. We have watched, let's say, Revenge of the Sith. But so you want to tell me that maybe Mace Windu survived, and this will be this act would be more rational, because Mace Windu was very powerful, maybe even more powerful in duels between let's say Sith Lords or Jedi Knights, and he was just tossed away from the sky rise. So he surviving such a downfall would be a little bit weird, but still probable. But Darth Maul, an apprentice, fighting first fight with Qui-Gon, very powerful Jedi Knight, defeating him, killing him, and then second fight almost after the first one with young, really pissed off Obi-Wan, and he was cut. He was cut by a sword through his, I don't know, lungs, or his let's say his torso, and then he fall to the abyss, to the dark abyss, and in a way he survived. So maybe everyone survived. Maybe sacrifice of Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi, he also survived. And maybe even the stupidest idea is that they decided that Emperor will be returning to the final ninth episode. It's such a not rational idea that it is destroying the whole saga. Such things are destroying the whole saga, because Star Wars Clone Wars as an animation movie, it developed really good characters, like even secondary characters, like Asajj Ventress, a very interesting character, an apprentice of Count Dooku. We have a pirate, Hondo or Ondo Onaka. We have Barriss Offee, a friend of a sort to Ahsoka Tano. Enigmatic character, but really interesting. And very interesting plot of Barriss. Being to very strict Jedi apprentice to being to succumb to the dark side. Really interesting characters. Very good plot of friendship between Anakin Skywalker, who will be a Darth Vader in the future, and Ahsoka Tano. Maybe the best character, maybe the best new character of Star Wars universe. And okay, Maul was a cool character, was an okay character, was even, I would even say maybe even more than okay. Maybe he was even a good character, good development and so on. But he finished his role. He killed and slain the very important Jedi Knight, Qui-Gon, and he was slain by his apprentice in a very poetic and epic duel. So Darth Maul cannot be alive again. He cannot be alive again. It is really stupid idea. Let me know in the comments what do you think about this new TV series, and should he even be alive in Star Wars Clone Wars? Because for me, his role has finished in this episode, Star Wars Phantom Menace. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.